So the Felin Uchaf Centre, it's run by a charity and is looking into the Celtic past, into when it was an important trade route, and then we're looking at its present position as a remote part of Wales. And it is a very rich countryside here for wildlife, but it attracts a lot of tourists as well. So we're looking at the pressures on such an area and how people can sustainably earn a livelihood here as well. We work with about 6 other local charities as well as the governmental organisations. And as regards partnering each other, well, certainly we're able to do things here on a much bigger scale than we would do otherwise. Some of the work is farmed out here, so we work for the local council. We take on contracts to do rights of way work, and it brings an income in, a sustainable income in for the project. It gives work to the volunteers. They can make gates and way markers and bridges and whatever, but it also keeps us in touch with potential employers then for those volunteers who are passing through here. There's a range of opportunities. The main one would be rural crafts and agriculture, or horticulture. So from organic gardening through to green oak timber framing, walling, thatching, all those things you'd expect to find living in this countryside.
You can start off with the school children who come here and they do a bit of woodwork and gardening, etc. And they also learn how to build these small round houses. They also come to the storytelling. And then you have people who are on probation and they come here. They learn new skills by coming here. They feel that they're worth something because, you know, if you come here and you're on probation and you're part of this building, you've done something here, you've put those pegs in, well, yeah, it's there, I've done it, and I have a value for the community. You have people in the area who have retired and they've come to live in North Wales, and they now are able to join into the local community, learn a bit of Welsh, understand the culture, etc. And then you've got the international groups, which is maybe the biggest group that is here now, surprisingly. People from all over the world come here, especially in the summer. They stay for weeks or months. They meet people from other parts of the world. Massive benefits in this little part of Celtic Great Britain.
The other thing I think it gives to the community is that all the vegetables that are grown, they're all grown organically, and they are then sold on at quite a reasonable price in the summer. So there's that side of things. Plus it gives other more skillful people a chance to work in the traditional ways.
When we offered teaching, then we offered a structured course, and that would take people through from the very basics of woodwork through to making quite advanced buildings, and from here on also boat building. So a range of carpentry courses based on what people want, really. Some people just want to take carpentry so far, and others want to gain a qualification, an NVQ or another accreditation, and then there'll be more of a long-term structured apprenticeship then.
There's not really much going on around at the moment and hard to find work, and thought while I'm young I'd train myself and get these trades under my belt while I can do it. And I like the way that it's run, and just that it's a hands-on approach. It's not like sitting in a classroom with pen and paper in front of you sort of thing. So yeah, that's why I wanted to come here anyway.
So we've got an open door here to a whole cross-section of the community, and there are individuals within every community that are almost invisible. They're unseen, and they might be classed as difficult to reach. And those people are people we particularly encourage to try and come on board.
The most beneficial part of the project is working with other people. So having a mix of ages and abilities all working together on a common goal, really, so on something substantial and worthwhile.
When you're doing work like this, if you're building a stone wall, you're equal to the guy next to you. You know, if you've got learning difficulties or not, your bit of the stone wall is equivalent to the guy next to you. So that gives you then status in the community. You speak with people on equal terms. You know, there's no test or anything to see if you're particularly clever in any particular way. You're a human being, that's all you need to be. And so it evens everybody out, basically.
I would really recommend it. There's always plenty of work to do, and we usually have a cup of tea halfway through the morning, which everybody looks forward to. And if you're staying for the day, the lunch is provided as well. So, you know, it's well worth volunteering yourself, you get a lot out of it, definitely. For example, you can see what you've done just for a morning's work. We've managed to achieve clearing all this area, which is going to be a herb garden. And there's a sense of camaraderie, you know, the people who work here are all very friendly. And it's just knowing that you're being of use to the Felin Uchaf itself, you know, because it relies so heavily on volunteers. If the volunteers weren't here, then it would struggle, really.
It's not Tesco's, it's not the government, it's not the local council, it's all done from within each individual as an act of free will. That's what you see here, that's what happens here. It's all done out of freedom. So that's a good template. Maybe the government could look at this, that people don't actually have to be told exactly what to do in every way. They will, of their own free will, do good things.